pumpkin. No pumpkin. No pumpkin.
Huh? What's this? Whoa. Now that's awesome.
Hey guys, it's AGIG13 Studios here with a brand new video for you, and today we are celebrating 200 subscribers on this channel with the long overdue Q&A video. Yes, I know, it's finally here. For those of you who don't know, this channel is my third AGTube channel that I have been active on since the start of my AGTube journey way back in 2008. My first channel, AGIG13, had over 400 subscribers when I closed it. 200 subscribers here is half of what I had there, so 200 is a big deal. I want to give a huge thank you to every one of you who have subscribed to me and watched my content whenever I upload. Even if my schedule for uploading can be a bit spotty sometimes. Your sweet comments, likes, and even just your views mean so much to this creator who only has ever wanted to make videos for people to enjoy. And after not being as active, I've been having such a great time making videos and falling in love with AGTube again. Also, for the record, it is 43 degrees outside today. I was going to get dressed and get all cute, but then it decided to be 43 degrees in fall, and this southerner is not used to that, so you get the SpongeBob hoodie. So these questions come from my followers on AGIG. I posted a story asking for questions for my Q&A. I do not have the community feature on YouTube yet because I am not quite there in terms of my audience. So I just set up a story asking for questions on my AGIG. I got lots of amazing questions from people. Thank you so much to everybody in advance who submitted a question for this Q&A. I really appreciate your participation in this video. Also, a huge shout out to all 720 of my followers on my AGIG account. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with question 1. Morning Dew Dolls asks, what are your favorite kind of videos to make? My favorite kinds of videos to make have been and always will be AGSMs and AGLVs. And it's surprising a lot of people don't know what AGLV stands for, American Girl Live Action Video. So AGSMs and AGLVs, I love how they allow content creators to create and tell a story. You can be very creative with them and kind of go any direction that you want with them. They can be creepy, they can be serious, they can be really funny, they can be sad. And my favorite kinds of story videos with this format is wholesome videos. So videos that you would expect from Basil Mentos or from Dancing Dolphins especially. All those kind of heartwarming, wholesome videos that make you go, oh, and feel warm and fuzzy inside. Those are my favorites. I love storytelling and creating with my own little world for my dolls that I've created. However, those videos can be a little bit more time consuming to make and require more resources that I sometimes don't always have readily available. So my current go-to videos that I enjoy making are unboxings and reviews. I can film them quickly and they tend to reach a wider audience than just people wanting to watch AGSMs on YouTube. Plus it kind of feels like Christmas and your birthday opening presents. Thank you so much, Morning Dew Dolls, for submitting a question for this Q&A. The next few questions are going to be coming from That 70s Dolls. Thank you so much, That 70s Dolls, for submitting so many questions for this Q&A. And they asked, what are your hobbies other than doll collecting? And y'all, I'm not going to lie, my main hobby is American Girl and doll collecting in general. But when I'm not doll collecting, I really love to write. And I've been a big fan of writing ever since I was a child. Writing stories and poems and songs, and I love to show them to my favorite teachers. I have a whole journal that a teacher gave to me, and it's got a really sweet note in front of it saying that it was for all my poems, stories, and songs that I had shown her so that the world could enjoy them for years to come. And it's just one of my favorite possessions that I have. It goes in every single classroom, every single bedroom I've ever had when I didn't have a classroom, and I hold it very near and dear to my heart since that teacher is no longer with us. She was the reason I became a teacher. Anyway, back to the question. I used to show my stuff to my teachers, and these days I am more or less focused on writing stories, scripts, especially for AGTube, and journal entries. I also really, really love music and singing. I sing a lot on my AGIG story. I sang in Porphyra, the musical 1 and 2 for AG for All Ages a few years back. Wow, that was a while ago. Okay, cool. But yeah, other than music and singing, I love shopping, napping, and watching movies and shows with my family, friends, and of course my boyfriend. All right, next question also comes from That 70s Dolls. Thank you so much. And the question was, what was the doll that got you into doll collecting? Ooh, I actually have 2 dolls that got me into doll collecting. The dolls that got me into collecting were definitely Molly and Samantha. Samantha and Molly's stories were my absolute favorites at the time, and I probably reread them a million times from 2003 when I first fell in love with AG to the present. After I learned about the dolls, Molly and Sam were the first ones who really, really caught my attention, and I was thrilled at the idea of owning the doll from the stories that I loved so much as a kid. And after being told no, I cannot get both by my mom, I eventually decided on Molly for Christmas in 2005. I liked her glasses. I think Molly and Sam appealed to me a lot at that time because I looked like them the most. They both had the long brown hair. I used to have the same blunt pie bangs and brown eyes like Samantha. And I think I kind of related more to Molly's personality. All right, let's go on to our next question. Question 4. Does your boyfriend support your collecting? My boyfriend absolutely supports my collecting. He loves that I have a hobby that makes me so happy. From our second date, when I told him about my dolls, he knew that the dolls and I were kind of a package deal. And he's absolutely fine with it as long as it doesn't become an unhealthy hobby and I don't bankrupt myself with it, which I don't, and it's not. He even actually bought me one of the dolls in my collection when we went to the AG store in Columbus last spring break. And he's just the sweetest guy, and I am so blessed to have him. So thankful to have found someone so amazing that supports and loves me and my unusual hobbies. Alright, question 5. How many dolls do you have? I actually had to stop and update the spreadsheet with my doll roster to confirm this number before I started making the video. But I currently have 34 dolls. 1 of our generation and 33 American Girl. Currently. It probably won't stay that number long. It never does. Question 6. When and how did you get into American Girl? Well, like I said earlier, I got into American Girl when I was in elementary school, probably about 2003, when I was in the 3rd grade. I was obsessed with reading chapter books at the time. I didn't want to read really big books. I wanted just small chapter books that I could read through in like one day. So one day when I was in the librarian suggested the first Samantha book to me, Meet Samantha. And then I read probably 1 new American Girl book a day. First I finished Samantha's books, then Molly's, then Felicity and Kirsten and Addie and so on and so forth until I'd read most of the American Girl books that were available in the library. From that moment, I was in love with AG. The dolls were just an added bonus. I love being able to make up my own adventures for my favorite characters. And as I began to write myself, I love to create my own characters and my own little world for them. And I've been hooked ever since. Question 7. Who is your comfort doll? Ooh, this is a super obvious answer for anybody who follows me on AGIG or knows me in real life. But for those of you who don't know, my comfort doll is my Just Like You number 24 doll named Bailey Eliza Jordan. Let me get Bailey. Alright, so this is my Just Like You number 24, Bailey Eliza Jordan. If you don't recognize her, it's because I gave her a straightened Elizabeth wig about 5 years ago. I thought the straight hair suited her better and was easier for me to handle than the curly wavy wig. But I'm actually really missing her curls and waves and feel more like I'm able to maintain them. So I'm thinking about taking her and getting her old wig back. So Bailey was a Christmas gift from my grandparents, given to me when I wanted this doll number 24 more than anything else in basically the whole world at the time, and my parents were determined to make me grow out of dolls. Bailey is one of my dearest friends, and was one of my only friends when it seemed like I had nobody. She has been everywhere with me. She's been to Disney World, she's been to California, all kinds of different states. On road trips, she's been on plane rides, she's been to the hospital with me, she's been to sleepovers, she's been to play dates, and she's even been to college. She is also one of the 2 dolls that I kept unpacked to kind of go with me as I navigate this really big move from one state to the other. And I can tell you that having her with me has really, really helped with my nerves and anxiety during this whole crazy process. So yeah, Bailey is definitely my comfort doll. Question 8. Who is your favorite doll in your collection? Don't tell the others, but again, my favorite doll is Bailey. She's my buddy and is just really, really beautiful. I also love Mina, my Just Like You number 4, and Ophelia, my Just Like You number 1, just because they are so, so rare now, and I feel so lucky to have them in my collection. But Bailey, for sure, is my favorite. Our next question comes from AG for Real 519, and they asked, how do you feel about the new Truly Me line? Honestly, I like most of the new Truly Me dolls. I think that most of them are really, really cute and different from what we've come to expect from AG, except for the ones that were just copies of older Just Like You dolls, Truly Me dolls, etc., that they gave a new number and a new shade of lipstick for. And I actually have many of the new dolls on my wish list currently, even with the new changes, like painted on eyelashes, which, unpopular opinion, I kind of think are cute. However, I do wish that not so many of them had crazy colorful hair. Crazy colorful hair is just not my thing unless it suits a doll's personality. However, I also understand that I am not necessarily the target audience. And as a teacher, I've heard many of my young students say that they want rainbow hair, mermaid hair, princess hair, etc. And that's the age group that AG is aiming for. So I think including more dolls with colorful hair was a smart business decision for them. It's just not my cup of tea. That being said, I do have a couple of dolls with colorful hair on my wish list. Whoops, this full video was 30 minutes, so check back for part 2. Bye now.